My name is Elenilda Joseph. You can call me Ellen, be free for it. And so I'm going to talk about CAEL test. Let's see here. What is CAEL? CAEL is a Canadian Academic English Language Assessment. It's similar to TOEFL, it's similar to IELTS. But the difference between them is that CAEL, they are not multiple choice. They are writing test, I mean. So you have the reading, you have the listening, you have the writing, and everything is written on the paper. While TOEFL and IELTS, it's multiple choice, right? And somehow it makes it more difficult. Who accept CAEL? Over than 150 universities in Canada. CAEL is done by Canadians, especially by professors in Carleton University. So to be more specific, CAEL is done by Carleton University. So Carleton accept this test, Ottawa U, even this school, Algonquin College accept this test, and more than 150 universities in Canada. And the fee is $225 Canadian dollars. That's cheaper than TOEFL and cheaper than IELTS. Because if I'm not wrong, TOEFL is American dollar, right? It's 280 American dollars, so it's much more expensive. If you want, you can buy the material, but it's optional. In my case, I bought it because I was studying for it. I didn't know the rules for this test. Then I decided to buy. It was 105 Canadian dollars. So it helped me a lot, actually. How's the format of the test? There are it is divided in two parts. The first one is the writing. You have a reading section, you have a listening section, a second reading, and finally the writing. You need to be aware that writing session it worth 50% out of your test. So you really need to be very good on your writing. And unfortunately, as I told the teacher, writing is my weakness. So I was really worried about it because I know I need to focus more on it. But we are here to study, we are here to learn. So 25 minutes for the first reading, 20 minutes for the listening, and more than 30 minutes for the second reading. And all the tests, the listening and the reading, it's on one specific subject. Some people may think it's hard, some people may think it's much better, because by the time you have to write in your essay, you have to write about what you have listened and what you have reading on the test. If the subject is about brain chemistry, you have to write about it. Or if it was about nuclear energy, you have to write about it. So in my case, I did the test now this Saturday, and the subject was about technology for athletes. Very nice, because there are Olympics games coming. Maybe they did something about it, right? It was not so hard for me. It was okay. So that's it. Okay, about oral language. I would say this is the most easiest one. Sorry. Reading. What you have to do for reading? You have to identify ideas, you have to extract a specific information, you have to understand some vocabulary context, you have to classify information, and follow the logical and chronological sequence of events. Everything will be on sequence. That makes much easier. But another thing, you have to manage your time. Time management is the key of everything. If you know how to do it, you can do very well. You have to read fast, you have to look for the key information, you have to do it very fast in order to write everything. And because the test is written on the paper, you can write only like phrase, 6 words or so. You don't need to write all the sentence, because if they see that you got the main idea, that's the answer. You don't need to lose your time writing all the sentence. Sometimes the sentence is 3 lines, so don't lose your time for it. You have to manage your time. So I learned it only this past week. All right, listening. So you have to identify main ideas, complete charts on diagrams. You have to take notes. This is very important, and sometimes it was 8 points on the test. You have to properly take notes when having. In my case, for my test, I didn't need to do it. I was so glad about it. But when you have to do, you have to take notes properly and following the sentences. And the most important is to get the main idea. And sometimes, for example, if it's something about chemistry or if something about biology, so it's hard, so you take notes for about some words that you're not aware of. So this for me would be hard, and I'm not sure about you guys, but it's hard. Filling the blanks, it's not hard, and recording specific informations. Writing, as I told you, it is the time allotted. It's 45 minutes. The essay is 2 pages length. You have to write agree or disagree with a claim, agree or against a position, and discuss advantages or disadvantages of something. So, and as we know, we have to have the, what's the name of the first paragraph? Yeah, the first paragraph.
Introduction.
We have introduction,
Yeah.
3 reasons, then the conclusion. This is the length. At least 3 reasons you have to have. Okay. The speaking. The speaking is the easiest part of the test. Why I say that? Because on the website, on the CAEL website, there is, you can download an audio and you can listen how is the test, and you already know what the questions would be. Then you can practice at home. The first questions is, it says it's 2 minutes, but it's actually not. It was only 1 minute. It's only 1 minute to speak. The other 1 minute is the professor talking. You have to listen then, and he will ask you about your personal informations. Maybe they would ask, what is your goals in Canada? As I told, because it's a Canadian test. What's your academic goals in Canada, and how was your major? What was your major in your back country? Or they may ask you about your experience in learning English. So you have to prepare at least 2 answers. If you have prepared these answers and tried it at home many times, like I did, looking at the mirror and try yourself, speaking with yourself, you'll be okay. And you have to time yourself. It's 1 minute only to talk. You have 1 minute to talk about yourself. And as I told you, we have to have an introduction, 3 reasons, and conclusion. For example, I can say, well, I would like to study at a Canadian university because it, and this. And at conclusion, I think I can study this subject because of it. So, you have to have it. You have to do introduction, 3 reasons, and conclusion. The second task, it says 5 minutes. It's relay information obtained from the lecturer. Actually, this would be, I would say, 4 minutes for the professor talking and 30 seconds to you send the message that you have heard to any student. Like suppose the teacher was doing information about the test assignment, and you have to send this information for a student who missed the class. So you have to have the main ideas of everything. The third part is relay information obtained from the academic document. Oh yeah, you have for this part, for the speaking, they give us a paper, and on the paper we have everything reading, and there will be a short reading about a course course for the university. You have to read it. You have to read what is the course, and you have to take the main ideas, the principal informations in this, and then you have to read it. You have to record your voice. It's only 30 seconds to read this. What more? Part 4 is relay information from the academic test. Yeah, this is the most easy. I would say it's very easy because they ask, well, on the paper that you just saw, what's the name of the teacher? So it's just there, the name of the teacher, you can read. What's the name of the course? It's just there, you just read the name of the course. When and where will be the course? So it's just there. You can see, read, and that's it. And it's only 30 seconds just to answer it. The task 5 is explain the choice. Oh, okay. This last one, there will be a group of students. You have to do a presentation, and there will be some subjects to your choice. But some students, they will choose. They may choose some of them, and you need to choose the one that they didn't. So you need to pay attention what they will talk about. Then you can choose yours. And as I told, you have to have an introduction, 3 reasons, and conclusion. And also 30 seconds. So we really need to manage our time. So 30 seconds pass very fast. Then that's it. The last thing is you have to make a question for the professor about anything you want. You can ask him the length of the program. You can ask him any kind of question you have to ask for the teacher. And it's 15 seconds. So this is the conclusion. This test is really nice. I really liked this test. But I would say any kind of test, since we are under the pressure, makes us to feel butterfly on our bellies. And we are, in my case, I was so nervous. I was really studying hard for this test. I spent at least 10 hours studying every day. That's why I didn't come last week. Because I used to study in another school, and that school I was studying IELTS preparation and TOEFL preparation. But my husband, he advised me to do CAEL, and I didn't know how was CAEL. So because I didn't know, I had only 1 week to prepare myself. But it was enough for me. My husband, he helped me a lot. He teaches at Carleton University, so then it helped me much more. And so if you want to, as everyone here in Canada have goals, if you want to try this kind of test, I would advise you to do for it instead of IELTS, that is a little bit harder than this, and or TOEFL, because it's multiple choice. So I really enjoy to do it. My score will come in about 15 business days, maybe 3 weeks, and I'll tell you how was it. And so I hope you like. If you have some questions, I can answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So you said you have a problem with writing, and you chose this one.
Yeah.
Instead of choosing them.
Yeah. The thing is, I was practicing writing in my home. I have problem for writing, actually, but I know the structure of writing is introduction, 3 reasons, and conclusion. But we have to have this transitional words. We have to use these things that the teacher had taught us about agree or disagree. You have to have vocabularies to do it. I have problems with spelling. So, but anyway, I tried, and let's see. It's something that will take time, because first time that I used to write was here in Canada. I didn't do it in my country. I learned English through the internet, through the YouTube. So I didn't know how to write. Everything I used a translator to write. That's why. but it's something that we can go for it. We can. If we practice at home, I have done at least 10 essays, and my husband was helping me how to write the essays.
Thank you for your
You're welcome. You're welcome.
presentation, and
Thank you.
I hope you get the mark you need.